Hey, what is up? This is Jake with Exodus. On this week's Whitetail Cribs episode, we have some of the best 2020 moments from all the episodes last year. We have some snippets from the hunting public's home and some comical things from there. We have some folks that share some words of wisdom on the importance of going through the evolution of being a deer hunter. We have also some interesting perspective on involving your family and friends in hunting. So just a really good episode. We hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to be giving a grand tour of our new office here in the coming weeks, and then we're hitting the road and getting you some more fresh content for 2021. We hope you guys enjoy all of that. Let's go ahead and get right into this week's episode.
So as you can see, this is just it's a small piece here, but it's a little thing that's, I'll probably get choked up. So my grandpa, he passed away a year ago, and he's the one who took me hunting. He took me hunting. He was just he was a World War II vet, just one of those guys, an awesome guy. He would give you the shirt off his back, and we lost him a year or so ago, and still hurts, but we're always gonna have that up and remember him. So sorry about that. Jeez.
This was my first big buck here in Kentucky, non-typical. He had double row tines on each side. Very cool buck. I had velvet pictures of this deer and never saw him hunting him with a bow. And rifle season came. I'm not too proud to use a rifle. And I shot him at about 6 yards with a 300 Win Mag. So go figure. This corner is really special for me. My grandfather was the first one that ever got me hunting. I actually was honored that the family gave me his flag from the funeral. I got his discharge paper here. The medal, he was a gunner on the front of an amphibious assault vehicle in the Pacific during World War II. So very cool. He was the one that first got me hunting. And the reason this deer is in this corner is after every deer that I ever shot, I would call my grandfather first. He lived in Northern Virginia. This was the last deer that I shot that he was still alive. So I kind of keep all of them over here. But that's basically my bucks. Like I said, I don't think I'm an accomplished hunter, but I can tell you I've lived the story of shooting a small buck in the butt when I didn't know what I was doing, to the point where I'm trying to strategically set up properties and hunt bucks that are 5.5 years or older. And that's a journey. And for all of you all that are putting unfair pressure on young hunters on social media to pass a buck, to do different stuff, lay off of them. Let them enjoy the journey. You have to learn that, and it can't go from day one to what we're doing or me trying to compare myself to Don Higgins. It just doesn't work. Enjoy the journey. It's a fun sport, but we have to do a little bit better job of educating and telling people what they want to do to accomplish their goal. And their goal is going to be different based on their property, who they are, where they can hunt, and what they have access to. So be supportive of each other. And everybody else always kicks you guys out. I don't get that. We're going upstairs and grilling some steaks and have some fun. So take care. Thanks for coming.
Next is Tiffany Lakosky. She should be in everybody's man cave, I think. So the way I acquired Tiffany was when Gander Outdoors was going out of business the first time. I have a neighbor, Anthony, that worked there, and he was able to kind of go through some of the stuff that they were getting rid of, and he came home with Tiffany. And I happened to be over at his house that day, and I kind of fell in love with the poster, so he gave it to me. And so I strapped her into my side-by-side and brought her back across the street. And then that evening I set her up inside the house and didn't tell my girlfriend about it, and kind of surprised her when she came in the door. She's here to serve you any of your beverages when you're down here. My father just made this for me for Christmas. It's got a cooler in there and a drain. After your ice melts down, you can drain the water out. And a bottle opener on this side. And now we'll take a look at the reason you guys are here.
So again, this is my love. This is what I've always enjoyed doing, and this has been something I've done since I was 12 years old. I've been fortunate enough to go on a lot of hunts, but I never really had that big, you know, high-paying dollar job. I'm just a regular Joe, but I've saved my money to go on hunts and put it into that. I never really had a hot car or big stereos or any of those neat things, but I scrimped and scrounged and was able to go on these hunts, and it's what I've always loved. So I've been able to do some neat things. A lot of it's been local, but I did get to go on a few trips abroad over the years. I got a couple really neat hunts I can tell you about. But my deer, I felt like when I got this, my son recommended this, and I wasn't aware that he sent in for me to be on this show. I was quite excited and proud to be a part of it, but I was also dragging my feet because I don't have any Pope and Youngers. I don't have any Boone and Crockett deer. I was a product of where I hunted, and I was proud of the ones I got. I used to be happy to kill one with a 4-inch spike, and that's where I grew up, and I had a lot of fun shooting them, was proud to shoot them. But over the years, I've gotten a couple nice ones, but I'm still going for that big one.
Here's my room in here. Kind of looks like a prison cell with a bunch of hunting equipment laying all over the floor. This is pretty much how it looks all year long. We'll come in here before I show you all the living room with the deer and the sheds and whatnot. We'll look in Zach's room. Hopefully it's not too offensive. This is where the long-haired man resides some of the time when he's not sleeping in a tent or on the road somewhere. We got all kinds of there's some empty jars of peanut butter in here. Among other things, we could probably make an entire Cribs episode just on his room and the things that are in there. Did you see the duct tape on the window over there? Actually, that's pretty cool. He's got some turkey feathers up there. We killed a bird a few years ago in Iowa on public land that had it was a color phase bird. He had like a bunch of white on his wings. And he took those wings and put them up in his blinds or whatever. But his window tends to creep up sometimes when the wind blows real hard, so he's taped it shut.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. So we got, Jake and I were hunting in Missouri, and Missouri closes at 1. You have to quit turkey hunting. So it was like 12:30, and we went out and struck a bird right off the road and ended up killing him at like 12:59. But then he ended up being banded and radio collared, so that was a pretty sweet hunt from last year.
Are you kidding me? Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. 12:59. Are you kidding me? Bandit. Bandit. Are you kidding me?
Okay, this is where we do most of our living. This is where all our animal mounts and whatnot, outdoor related, goes into. Pretty much the rest of the house is other decor. But she did give me one room that I could go crazy with, and this is a cool room to do it in. So the big thing for us, for Sue and I, especially as we get older, is to expose and mentor our nieces, nephews, friends, kids, things like that. And it's just worked out tremendously for my brothers and their kids and my friends and their kids. And it's amazing when you start thinking about it. Over the last 10 years, I think all my brothers, all my nieces and nephews that hunt have all shot their biggest bucks on this farm. And we're in an area that's pretty high pressure. So we kind of run it like an outfitting business. We try to give them a good encounter with deer, and then if they get a buck, it's just bonus. But I could go on and name all my nephews and nieces, but I'm not going to. They know who they are. But it really is a cool thing when you get to share what we've worked very hard for, and it does mean a lot. And these people are from the cities, and they don't get to experience this kind of outdoor related fun, and we come home to it every day, and we're blessed. And I think sometimes we take it for granted. And I got to give a shout out to my brothers. I grew up with these chuckleheads. We we cut our teeth hunting rabbits and pheasants, and we had beagles growing up. I pulled Dad out of retirement. He gave up hunting. He got shot in the chest by my uncle before I even was in. I was 11 or 12, and he was real hesitant about me going into the hunting thing. And I pressed and pressed. There was no denying it. So finally, he let me go, and we went to a hunter safety course, and he picked my buddy and I up. And on the way home, he said, "They teach you anything about safety?" And I said, "Yeah, that's what pretty much it was about." And then he told me what happened. Now I felt bad because I pressed him so hard. But he come out of retirement, and he's dying right now in Pittsburgh. And he told me that those were some of his best times. But yeah, to Dad, my brothers, and we had the world by the nads when we were rabbit hunting and pheasant hunting. And anyway, that's the wall of shame, I guess, if you want to call it.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Ammets. I'm Bob Ammett. This is my wonderful wife, Lori Ammett. Hi. And we take whitetail hunting and whitetail to the little bit of extreme. Before we go inside, we'll give you a little tour of our deer farm. We've got our bucks are separated over here. They're just now growing their antlers out. We have several 2-year-olds and a 3-year-old, and our breeder buck are up here. We have different sections for fawns, young newborn fawns. We have a section to keep them isolated. Come on inside. A year ago, this one right here, it's the same, was that big as the ones on the porch. This is a year old. This is Ellie. Actually, that's her mother. We have another one here behind. She has 2 fawns up back. Come on, we'll share. We have several baby fawns out there. I don't see any right now, but there's like 8 buck fawns and a doe fawn in here somewhere. Well, let's work our way down to the house.
I don't know, the place is kind of a mess, but that's kind of how it always is. I think that's actually Logan's deer. It's like an old coat hanger. One of our old interns, I think he forgot it here, but anymore we just hang our old bows up here. We sling recurve sometimes if there's squirrels in the yard during the fall. We got the blowgun up here, and we just take shots at the squirrels in the yard sometimes. I don't know if that's a good city ordinance or not, but we also got the blowgun, and sometimes we take shots at, we got a target on the wall over there.
That's the first shot in a while, I think, probably.
That's the first time that's ever happened. Usually it stays up, but. We found this picture. It was in an old abandoned trailer home down in Alabama. We were camped next to it, so we were checking it out. It was real rundown, but there's a bunch of old like bobcat mounts and stuff in there that were real mangy, but I guess we don't really have too much else to talk about, so you guys can head out. You guys got a long drive home, so thanks for stopping by. Whitetail Cribs out.
Peace.